Is it time to replace your deskant in your Bambu Lab AMS? Do this instead. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeremy and I'm diving headfirst into the world of 3D printing. I've got a Bambu Lab X1 Carbon 3D printer and I'm just learning as I go. Today I'm taking a look at the Pro AMS Drybox system. What is it? Why do you need it? And whether or not it's worth printing. All right, let's jump right in. So first, let's talk about the problem. Your 3D printer's filament has to be dry in order for your printer to print properly. If it's got a little bit of moisture on it, you're going to get stringy prints and other issues that just won't come out well. So one of the solutions that Bambu Labs has come up with is the AMS. It's also a dry box and it helps keep your filament dry while it's sitting in the box. It uses a desiccant that's in the back of the box and it just absorbs moisture. But then over time, those desiccant beads absorb moisture and you have to replace them. So here I have a reusable desiccant. You just stick it in the microwave and it dries back out. You know that it's wet because it turns from blue to pink, but you don't really want to just dump these beads into your AMS and let them sit in there. You need containers for that. That's where this dry box system comes in. You fill the little containers up with the beads and then the containers go in the AMS. So now I'm just going to see how it goes in installing this system. So first I want to take all of the filament out of the AMS. So I just wind these out. So one thing to note, you don't want to just let the spool unravel on you. So what I like to do is take the end of the filament and just feed it into this little hole. Pull it, and then that keeps it wound. Okay, now that we've got all the filament out of the AMS, let's just take the little desiccant packs out of the back. So there's a little cover that comes out, and there's actually two of them in the AMS, and we just want to take that out and then pull the packet out. And if you look at the packet, we can see that it's absorbed some moisture. I don't think it's quite time to replace this, but I'm just going to do it anyways. So there's the first one. And then there's the second one. So you may be asking, how do you know when it's time to replace your desiccant? The first way is to just get your desiccant pack out of the back of the AMS and look and see how much it's gelled over. You'll be able to tell if all the powder is gone and it's turned to gel. The second way is through the software. So if you just come down and click on the second icon on the left and then click on filament, you can see this little icon that has a 3 in it. That ranges from 1 to 5. So my lid's open and I've took the desiccant out, so it's definitely would be climbing, so 3 makes sense, but we want to keep that number as low as possible. So now let's start putting these in. So I'm just going to open up my desiccant, and this is a new container. There we go. And sure enough, they're all blue. That's good. So now if we get the containers, we can see it has a little filament that needs to be peeled off. So we're just going to peel that little perimeter. Okay, and then see if it fits in the AMS. And it does. Nice. Okay. So now this funnel just slides right onto the top, and then we'll just fill it up. So I don't really know for sure, but I'm thinking these might expand when they absorb water. So I don't think I want to fill it up all the way. I think I'm just going to fill it up to the top of the curve, and we'll go from there. I think if it expanded too much, it would break the plastic. So that comes off, and then here we have our little lid. And now that just goes in there just like that. Cool. Now let's try a different piece. So then this tray goes in the back where these original desiccant packs come out. And I'm thinking the way this goes together is this little piece is going to snap on the top. Perfect. And then this funnel, if you can see here, has just a square hole, even though it looks wider. So that's to block off these big wide pieces. And then also can go on the smaller piece. So Just going to slide that in the correct direction. So that way when I look down in the funnel, I can see inside the actual container. And then we'll put some of these beads in here. And again, I'm not going to fill it up all the way. So we'll slide this off. And then I'm thinking these little square pieces will cover that. And they do. Fits perfectly. And then the taller side goes towards the back. So that goes right in there. And now let's see if this cover goes back on. Yeah, it totally does. So after that one, we'll do this one, which has a little round hole that goes all the way through. And it's got these little support pieces. So I'm just going to break those off. Okay, easy enough. And then peel this little perimeter off of the bottom. And then I have something special for this one. With this kit, there are links to Amazon where you can buy a hygrometer. And then this hygrometer is supposed to fit inside the little hole. So we're going to try that out. So it definitely looks like it fits. I think it's just a slight tight fit. Okay, nice. So it's a little bit of a pain to get it in there, but it's a nice tight fit. Now we'll fill this one up, which is really just a little bit on the top because, you know, it's hollow here. And again, leaving room. And then we'll put the cover on. Perfect. And then that one, I'm going to put right in the middle. And we can see that I've started at 74% humidity. And it's also 67.3 degrees Fahrenheit in here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish off these little tubes, and then we'll get to this one in a second. And then also I'll add that the smaller one goes on the ends. So let me peel this off. And then that slides in just like that. Perfect. All right, cool. So we've got all of those in there. And now all that's left is these little round containers. So those are made to slide right inside the center of your filament. This is definitely starting to seem like a little overkill, but I'll do it anyways. And then these just twist on. Yep, totally works. And then just fits right in the center. It will just fall out. But I guess if this filament was in the AMS, it would just be rotating in there and work totally fine. I can't see it actually coming out there. I don't know. I'll give it a try, and if anything happens, I'll let you know. And then here we can see about 5 minutes later, we're down to 52% humidity. And that's with the lid open. So let me just put the rest of my filament back in there, and then I want to try something else. All right, cool. I've got all my filament in there, and I can see that the lid shuts. No problem. The latches come over. It's great. I can also see that it's getting drier in the box. We are at 50% humidity. So now let's talk about how much of these beads did I actually use. I got an 8-pound container of it, and it looks like I used down to about right there. So not much at all. I actually kind of thought that was going to be the case, but I didn't know this product existed. So I can think of a ton of uses for this. So I just got a big old jug of it. It was just cheaper to do it that way. Now that I've got that project done, let's see how microwaving this goes. So now I'm back with a bowl of water. It's not a whole lot, maybe you can tell. I'm just going to dump some of these beads in the water and see if they turn pink. That should be enough. Sounds like they're sizzling. They're definitely getting a bit of a pinkish hue to them. So it's been about 2 minutes, and as you can see, they're definitely looking either purple or pink. So I definitely think they are absorbing the water. So I'm going to let these sit for another couple minutes, and then I just want to dump them out on like a paper towel and see what they look like. I'm kind of curious on whether or not they get bigger when they absorb the water. And then I also want to put them in the microwave and see if they get back dry. So I took the beads out of the container of water and drained the water and then just dumped them onto this paper towel. And here we can see that they've turned pink. There are some, wow, that one just popped. I'm not sure if that came across on camera, but it popped and took off. But as I was saying, so some of them are still purple, and I'm sure that's just because I rushed the process and took them out before they had fully absorbed water. But either way, we now have some wet beads, and we're ready to try them out in the microwave. So now let's do that. So here we are at the microwave, and we're just going to put the beads in. Okay. And I really don't know how long to do this for, so I'm just going to do low power. Let's do 50% for 1 minute. See what happens. Okay. Yeah, we can see they're already starting to turn purple. They are warm, not scalding hot, but definitely warm. Let's do another minute. Again, I'm just going to do 50% power, 1 minute. Nice. Most of them are now purple, and some of them have started turning blue. I think another minute would do the trick. If I compare these to the starting point, here on the right we have the pink ones, and on the left we have the blue. Yeah, so that totally worked. We can just put them in the microwave, get the moisture out, and reuse them. I can think of a bunch of other uses for these beads. If you're interested in buying the same beads that I have, I'll leave a link down in the description below. All right, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button down below. It would really help this brand new channel out. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, consider hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss a video when it comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.